On today's video, we start moving a little bit through Ohio area. This leads right up to the sand dunes, which we did in the last video. But then we're going to go ahead and leave from there and start heading on up into the Michigan UP area. So this spot here is going to start out, and I had left a friend's house, and I was just going to, go to a nearby city and work in a Walmart parking lot for a while. He says, "Oh no, check out this park down at this city instead of the Walmart. You'll enjoy it a lot more." So I did, and I got great internet in the city. I was able to get a bunch of work done, and then I got a chance to explore the park. I left my friend's house today as the beginning of the next great loop across the country. And I said, "Oh, I'm just going to go over to this city over here and stop and get some work done at the Walmart parking lot." He says, "Oh, no. If you're going to that city," he says, "there's a much better place to go." And I look for city parks. This just wasn't showed up on the initial searches I did. This is called Aerial Foundry Park. It's in the middle of the city of Mount Vernon, Ohio. And there's actually a city beyond those trees there. It's kind of cool. But it was a park built around an old factory. And you can see out in the distance up there, that is an old tower. Well, let me get around the power line there. That's an old tower from an old factory. And they built up a stairwell. You can go up there and overlook the city from the tower, which looks very fascinating. So I was able to come in here. I stopped for about 2 hours. I got a Tux Traveler video up. I did a recording for another video, and now it's time to explore the park. So, of course, there's the van. And this park features the water, which doesn't look like you can do much. It just looks like a city reservoir. There are restrooms in this building over here, and a nice little walking trail. I walked the trail here a little bit earlier, as I was waiting for a video to render, and this is called the Serpent Trail Foundation Park Eagle Scout Project. And it's not the most exciting trail, mostly just good exercise. You kind of walk through the woods here, and we're in central Ohio. So Mount Vernon is just northeast of Columbus. So there's not really a whole ton right here. It's just absolutely amazing. But it's really nice to find a park like this inside of any city where you can go get away from the city noise. I don't hear a lot of city noise except for I've heard a few sirens and things going off. Other than that, though, really I've not seen a lot of city noises at all. Very nice place, just a time to get away and get into nature a little bit. The presence of these willow trees right here tells me there's probably a lot more marshy or wetlands underneath. Also, this guy in here, I forget the name of this one. It's closely related to the Joe Pye weed. Valerium, it might be called. I can't remember for sure. Also generally grows in more swampy and wet areas. And that's a lot of the plants I'm seeing here follow that same trend. Of course, we have the ragweed, which is the one responsible for most of your guys' allergies. Back there is a milk thistle next to the Queen Anne's lace. Queen Anne's lace is a wild carrot. And if you have a look at Queen Anne's lace, the very center, you'll see the purple flowers. I found a swing to test my stabilizing mount. How well is this thing working? Looks like it works pretty good. Oh, this is totally an awesome place. And I'm literally staring at a pond. You might be able to see the reflection in my sunglasses. But we have a pond behind me, and this here, if I brought my book, I might hang out. In fact, I might go get my book and just kind of hang out right here and just read a chapter. This is beautiful. I gotta say, guys, I am so glad my friend told me about this park, because I'd otherwise be working in a Walmart parking lot. But this is awesome. Mount Vernon, Utah, you guys rock. So here's the old factory behind me, which has actually been renovated as an event center. They'll hold conferences in there. Kind of neat. Yeah, that was a fun climb up to the top there. Very nice view. Can't take real good photos because of the jail cell. Help me, I'm in jail. Come bail me out. If you look really far in the distance, there's the van. Look at that. I was looking at my offline map. I'm like, what in the world is going on right here? Well, that's going on right here. It is this weird mishmash of little trail surrounded by a little bit of a pond. Very accurate offline maps. Those are open street maps on the OSM and free and open source mapping application. The last great wonder on this park is this wonderful trail. It actually surrounds the lake, and then there's these walls of bushes on either side that is just amazing. All right, so from here, I think this is actually the trail that goes around the lake back to where the van is, and then we have this guy here which goes under this. I think this is going to go right back into the city, which I'm not going to go into the city. I'm going to take the little dirt trail around the lake and see where that goes. So you can see there's the city. But we're gonna, and this is a little, I don't know if this is a creek, a river, or an extension of the lake, but we're gonna come on over here. And this trail here is gonna go all the way around the lake and then back down to these swings, which is pretty close to where the van is at. So you can see there's a pier over that way, and there way, way off in the distance is the van. So we're going to walk around the lake, and I'm reading my book, and then once I'm done with that, we're going to head on further down the road.
Once I left Ariel Foundation Park, I started driving up towards the sand dunes area in Indiana, where we ended up later on that night at the TA station we started our last video at. It was a beautiful morning. But the beautiful morning turned into thunderstorms, heavy rain, heavy wind, and finally a flash flood. This rooted me around things. I had to take a detour through the town. The flash flood stopped a train right at a railroad crossing, so I had to turn around and go another several miles to find a train track crossing to get me back up on track. But we managed to get there, and I got a chance to take some awesome footage of some awesome floods. And I gotta say, the cars ahead of me that were taking this, I'm not sure I'd have done it in the car. Of course, with the van, I'm a lot higher up, higher clearance vehicles, so I was a little bit more confident on that. But that was still frightening, and probably the first time I've driven through roads that have been that flooded. So we're gonna wrap this video up here for today, and tomorrow we will begin our trip up the Michigan coast up into the UP area. So stay tuned for that video, and then we'll get into some wonderful adventures up in that way as well. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Hit that notification bell, and we will see you a little bit further down the road.